Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of what makes this game awesome. So, pretty recently this channel hit 200 subscribers, and my cameraman is forcing me to do this video live because I haven't uploaded in like a month, and I really need to be doing something because, well, I still gotta upload.
Think twice if you need saving.
So, if you couldn't tell by the boner on my desktop wallpaper, it is getting pretty damn close to Halloween, and last year I literally did nothing for Halloween, and I thought, you know, you gotta celebrate Spooptober, because of course no other YouTubers that do the same kind of content as me celebrate Spooptober. None of them at all. Anyway, a series that I really like a lot of the mods and ROM hacks for is Mario, and I really wanted to explore the spoopy side of Mario 64 and Super Mario World hacks and mods and ROM hacks and everything like that. So I thought it would be pretty cool to dedicate a video to Nintendo spoopage. So today I'm going to be talking about Super Mario 64 and Super Mario World spoopy ROM hacks and what makes these games spoopy. So you guys don't know this, but when I was deciding what my YouTube channel should actually be about, I very nearly made a Creepypasta channel instead of what makes this game awesome. So I figured a good place to start would be with Mario, written in Vaporwave font, a ROM hack for a Super Mario World that comes with its very own Creepypasta. How thoughtful. So let's try reading through this, see how scary it really is, and if the Creepypasta channel was what I should have done all along. So, it all happened on tonight of all nights. I was bored, obviously contemplating what I thought I could do to waste time as I chatted with the people on hashtag Super Mario World Central, not a sponsor for today's video by the way. We had good times and shared a few laughs together. Out of boredom, I decided to patrol the hacks waiting to be moderated section. It seems that we had quite a few, 33 if I recall correctly. The first few hacks I saw when I sorted them by date were a couple of really horrible ones with bad screenshots to boot. Naturally, I showed these hacks to the admins on hashtag Super Mario World Central, not a sponsor. We were laughing at how bad some of them were, but then I got to a hack called Mario. Just that, nothing more, nothing less. The description seemed quite odd, as if some Japanese hacker was trying to translate the original plot of Super Mario World into English and failing horribly. I showed this to Kieran and he started laughing at the description. It read as follows: as you play the role of Super Mario Plumber, verify that you're beautiful. Purin Seto Zutoru again. Bowser kidnapped the evil king. It is your job to save her. This hack includes 6 levels of very long. I simply dismissed this as someone trying to act Japanese and released a crappy hack with some edits, or so that's what I thought this was at first. Curiosity got the better of me. I decided to download the hack, not knowing at all what I was in for, since the single screenshot of the hack was the title screens with nothing but the letters Mario from Super Mario World's title screen. I thought it was a little odd how there were no dates or anything either, as hackers usually place their names and dates on the titles to mark when the project was started. So when I opened the hack, I was greeted by 2 files, one called 3007014, a simple text file with 24 kilobytes in size, and the IPS file simply named Mario. For some odd reason, I wanted to see what the author of the hack had to say, but I opened the hack in Notepad and there was nothing but indistinguishable symbols, letters, and punctuation. Sort of like how when you open a ROM in a text editor like Notepad. However, after taking a bit of a closer look at the top of the text file, the only thing that looked like English was this. To be honest, I didn't know what to make of this. I thought it was simply to waste some of my time by making me find some text in gibberish file. I'm willing to bet no one will ever be able to make sense of this. I decided that my interest was growing steadily, so I started looking through my horribly disorganized download folder for a copy of a clean ROM I had downloaded a great deal of time before the events of tonight unfolded, and an IPS patcher, of course my choice for the job, was Luna IPS. So I then proceeded to move the ROM and IPS patcher to the folder with the hack. I patched the ROM not knowing what to expect next, and quickly hurried to drag it to ZSNES, fucking casual, use SNES 9X, it's 100 times better, and play what I thought was to be shit in the form of a ROM image. I noticed on boot up that the author had taken the time to change the header of the hack. Instead of the usual Super Mario World you normally see when booting up a ROM in ZSNES, it just had the letters Mario there again. At this point, I gained a little hope, because normally people who do horrible half-assed edits to the ROM generally don't know enough to change a header title. I thought I wasn't wasting my time with this, and my mood brightened slightly at the thought of seeing what the author had to offer with his interesting little hack. So the title screen loaded, exactly like it would with Super Mario World, except that it just had Mario on the title, like I'd mentioned earlier. Something else had grabbed my interest more, so the unusual absence of layer 3 tiles on the title screen. Mario's normal bright-colored and happy palette seemed a little dull? Where there was once a violet-like red, it now seemed like a kind of grey-red tin, and I'm fairly sure his pants were looking more grey than blue too. I thought this was strange, and I wondered why he decided to give Mario such a dull palette. Regardless as to what his intentions were, I felt that something was wrong. Not in the sense that the palette was bad, but that the hack was empty, like something had happened. Upon pressing start and selecting a new file, like a lot of other countless Mario hacks I've played in the past, there was some sort of intro screen that basically described the entirety of the plot in a short paragraph, just small enough to fit into a small black box. I began reading, and for the most part the message stayed the same, but there was one key factor that made this interesting. Apparently, the main antagonist of this hack wasn't Bowser at all, it was Mario? Welcome. This is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Toadstool is missing again. Looks like Mario is at it again. What the? This wasn't the original message from Super Mario World, I thought to myself. Normally I wouldn't think anything of this, seeing how, as over my nearly 2 years at #Super Mario World Central, not a sponsor, I have played countless hacks and have seen many different intro messages, but this one really stuck out. At this point, I definitely knew there was something odd about this hack. I really don't see why. Upon letting the intro level music play, I pressed the start button on my controller to finally get into the overworld and begin my journey into this unknown hack. Upon entering the overworld, everything seemed normal. Same old level path, same old music, but the level names were different. Instead of Yoshi's house like it had always been every time I've played Super Mario World, it was now simply just Yoshi's. The house part was gone. I thought that this was strange and began to lose hope in the hack because it had seemed like barely anything had changed at all from the original. I was hoping to see something new. Well, unluckily for me, I got my wish, as you'll see when you read on. I decided to enter the level out of curiosity. When I entered, the whole house that's normally there was gone. No more smoke, no more fire, no more little birdies, no more treehouse. All that was left was the message box. I decided to hit it. Upon opening, the message I expected to see there was replaced with what seemed like binary. Apparently, this means notepad. At this point, I was on IRC telling everyone about how the hack was starting to weird me out, which in itself yielded some sarcastic responses, but hey, I expected it. Anyways, after this, my interest level in the hack skyrocketed, and along with my paranoia. Oh boy, was I in for a fun surprise. So I decided to head left. Upon reaching what was before known as Yoshis Island 1, the level was now labeled as Never Come Back. Now I thought things were going to be all Kaizo Death Trap, because generally that is what people name their levels in Kaizo hacks to make sure the player doesn't go there. To my surprise, it wasn't quite that way though. I wish it had been. Upon entering level 105, I'm greeted by the insanely loud clown car sound that Bowser's flying vehicle makes right before Peach falls out. Of course, with my headphones being moderately high, the sound scared the living shits out of me, which wouldn't have happened if I hadn't been so nervous beforehand. I decided this time it would be best if I turned the volume on my headphones down, as to not get any more unpleasant surprises such as that one. When I entered the level, other than the music, everything seemed to be the same. Apart from the fact that the little Koopa that slides on the ledges wasn't there anymore, nor was the Banzai Bill. The Dragon Coin was still there, however, for some reason, I wasn't able to collect it, or rather, any of the Dragon Coins in the level. The author made certain of that. I also noticed that there was a brown used block near the spot where the Banzai Bill normally shows up. I can only assume this was a revisit to the level after I'd beaten it, like I heard in some half-assed creepy stories in other Mario games. Now I was wondering why things were like this, making me wonder about the intro message. Had Mario done something previously to Dinosaur Land? Was this in Bowser's point of view? I quickly dismissed the latter opinion because it seemed kind of stupid, so that left me thinking that Mario at one point and time in the author's story did something. But what? What did Mario do? My mind was nothing but rushing thoughts at this point. However, I quickly dismissed them and ventured further into the level, only to find that all blocks had basically been hit. Coins had been collected, save Dragon Coins, those were still there and unobtainable. There were no enemies, and I could no longer go down pipes. What kind of bullshit was I playing here? I kept thinking to myself. At this point, I felt uncomfortable. I decided to keep venturing. Eventually, I came across a message box, which I wasn't surprised was still in the level. Being the idiot I am, I went and hit the box. Upon hitting it, I'm greeted with the familiar black box once again. The message was edited, obviously, as I had figured that this was given at this point. It read as follows: Point of advice, I hate you. Now I thought things were starting to get the vibe that the author was a twisted and warped individual, and that I was right about Mario having done something. He literally just said I hate you. At this point I was basically rushing to get to the end of the level, so I just scurried by, and then I come across another message box. However, this one was just a blank box with point of advice at the top, with nothing else in it. I quickly disregarded it and headed off further to the right, hoping to free myself of the hell that was once level 105. Upon reaching the end, I saw a fire flower in the top block where the four-way block intersection used to be. However, it's too high to reach by normal means, so I just continued onward like the blind curious idiot I am. So I finally beat the level, and as usual the path to the yellow Switch Palace is unlocked. I decided to head up the path that normally leads to the Switch Palace, and found that when I entered the main overworld, every other landmass and decoration besides the ghost from the ghost houses and Yoshi's Island itself are gone. Nothing really changed at the yellow Switch Palace, apart from the Switch message. All that changed was that Switch Palace was changed to Mario World. Kinda boring. Anyways, just when I thought I was done with this abomination that calls itself a hack, I find that Yoshi's Island 2 has also been edited. Oh joy, I thought to myself. With a fucking little sarcasm HTML tag. Upon reaching Yoshi's Island 2, I find that it has been renamed to Yoshi's House, the original name of level 104. I decide to enter and find that the palette of the level has been changed along with the background. They seem to have been changed to the same palette as Yoshi's Island 3, you know, greenish tan and such, except the background was pushed down and was now a rotting brown color, and the vegetation on the foreground was now no longer present. I decide to explore the level a bit and come across the trail of Koopas that countless players have used a shell to rack free one-ups with. I decided to ignore them and go see if any more of the level is unchanged. I eventually come across the question mark that holds Yoshi and decide to free him. Upon freeing him, I get this message. Hooray! Thank you for rescuing me. My name is Yoshi. On my way to rescue my friends, Mario trapped me in that egg. This had me wondering what kind of sick and twisted hack I'm playing. I'm now having thoughts of all possible scenarios of Mario attacking Dinosaur Land horribly and causing irreversible damage. The author had me hooked with this sick little game, and like any other idiot, I took the bait and kept coming back for more. Now at this point, the author obviously got bored and finished up with a to be continued that never came, so I'll finish it for him based on the rest of the ROM hack. You finish a level as Yoshi, get stuck in some bullshit levels with invisible walls, get into Bowser's castle, and have like 400 blocks saying you've caused some trouble from Yoshi, and then you fight the normal boss. The victory text was replaced with this, an autopsy. But I thought nothing of it. I thought maybe it was just a glitch and kept playing like everyone does in these fucking stupid creepypastas. Unfortunately, the ROM hacker got bored too and put an impossible level right after this, so I guess the creepypasta comes to a close here. Spoopy. Okay, taking a bit of a break from creepypastas, let's have a very quick look at a Halloween-themed Super Mario 64 hack, Halloween Mayhem. This is a complete overhaul of Super Mario 64, changing everything from the level design to the soundtrack. First of all, my favorite thing about this, by far, is the little capes that the Goombas have. They're so adorable. Second, while I love the Nightmare Before Christmas MIDI they use as lobby music, after you hear it fucking 100,000 times, it starts to grind away at the soul a bit. And trust me, you'll be hearing it plenty, because this is really difficult. I did actually have to use a walkthrough of this, which is quite embarrassing because there are only 8 stars to collect in the entire hack. The goal of the hack is to collect the 8 Halloween stars, and honestly, this is pretty damn fucking hard. I was going for a few hours and I could only get 2 of them, but the game creates a really cool atmosphere, putting you through levels a lot like those in Donkey Kong Country, and adding some new mechanics that obviously took plenty of time to add. It has a funny atmosphere, it's not that hard to get working in Project 64, and it's definitely one worth checking out if you really enjoy Super Mario and you wanted to play something a little Halloween-y. Now, finally, we have the ultimate horror games. I finished on these so that I could warn you. If you're faint of heart, stop watching here. These are the kind of games that can keep you awake at night for hours. In fact, if you keep watching, there's at least a 22% chance you'll die from a heart attack on the spot, if you're sure you want to risk it. Let's get into mario.exe games. The first of our 2 EXE games is called just mario.exe, a game coded on an engine known only for amazing content, Scratch. This game features 3 playable characters, and I would probably rate it as one of the scariest, most horrifying games known to mankind as of now. You play through Luigi's, Sonic's, and Mario's storylines, and really, I've just got to let the horror speak for itself. Also, if you like that laugh sound from Final Fantasy III, prepare to hear it fucking 15,000 more times because they really like that one for some reason. There's no actual way to win this game, it doesn't have even any screamers in it, so there's really not much point to playing it apart from laughing. But, I mean, the atmosphere though, top notch. Finally, we have the scariest, most disgusting, terrifying game man has ever laid eyes upon. I scoured the internet for days to find the worst of the worst of the worst. I'll give you one last chance to turn away before we continue. Introducing Super Mario Bros. 2.exe. This game claims to be coded in GameMaker even though it is running through Scratch, which by itself is pretty fucking impressive. It has some horrifying screamers, riveting yet chilling gameplay, and an art style rivaling all games on the market today. Honestly, like the other one, I really think I can only let this game speak for itself. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fucking hell. No, 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 no. Fuck off. No. I don't. No, I don't. Fucking scared, dude. Fucking scared. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Anyway guys, thank you so much for joining me on the spooktacular journey of Mario ROM hacks. For a series that's pretty innocent, they're something. If you did enjoy and you wanted to stay updated with the show, make sure to check out my social stuffs, links on screen now and in the description, and subscribe to stay updated with everything.
Follow me on Minecraft.
Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and also let me know what you thought of the video down below in the comments. Obviously, I've got someone helping me record, if you haven't heard him. Shoutouts to my boy.
My name is Jeff.
But either way, thank you so much for watching. I'll try and actually be back on it with a regular fucking upload schedule at some point. But either way, guys, I will see you in the next review, so see you there.